Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Serena Williams' greatness sparked Coco Gauff's dream, says father in emotional tribute. Before the trophies, the headlines, and the Rolex deals, Coco Gauff was just a wide-eyed 5-year-old watching TV with her dad. That night in 2010, as Serena Williams clinched another Australian Open title, something clicked Coco Gauff, Coco's father and longtime coach, recently opened up about that pivotal moment on the Rolex YouTube series Game Changer. He remembers Serena's win so vividly that it still gives him chills. I looked at Coco and said, "She's the GO8. Coco asked what that meant, and when I explained, she told me, "I want to be a GO8 too." He didn't waste a minute. The next day, he bought her first racket. From that moment on, Coco's dream was set in motion. From Serena's shadow to her own spotlight, Serena Williams wasn't just a champion, she was a catalyst. Her dominance on the court and confidence off it gave Coco a template for greatness. While the tennis world sees hints of Serena in Coco's powerful forehand and fearless presence, Corey sees something deeper: belief. That spark Serena lit in her, it never went out, he shared. Even when she lost early at Wimbledon in 2023, she still had that fire. Months later, that same fire carried her to a historic US Open title. Rolex shines a light on the journey. In Rolex Presents Coco Gauff, Game Changer, the luxury brand goes beyond glitz, choosing to showcase the roots of Coco's rise. The short film highlights her passion, discipline, and the support system behind her, especially her father. It's not just about endorsements or achievements. For Rolex, it's about the essence of champions. Coco, with her mix of humility and ambition, embodies that perfectly. As she prepares for Roland Garros and chases her second Grand Slam, Gauff is still powered by the same energy that sparked her dream 14 years ago. She believed early, Corey says, and that belief, it came from watching Serena be great. The spark of greatness, how Serena Williams ignited Coco Gauff's dream. When dreams are born, they often begin as whispers, soft, flickering possibilities ignited by the glow of someone else's fire. For Coco Gauff, that fire was Serena Williams. In a heartfelt tribute that resonates with emotion and reverence, Coco Gauff, Coco's father and first coach, once said, "Serena's greatness didn't just win matches. It sparked dreams. It sparked my daughter's dream." To understand the power of Serena Williams' influence, one must first understand what she represents. Serena is not merely a tennis champion. She is a cultural icon, a symbol of resilience, and an embodiment of excellence forged in a crucible of adversity. She didn't just change the game. She transformed it, bending the arc of tennis toward inclusivity, power, and self-expression. And somewhere, watching quietly from her home in Delray Beach, Florida, a young Coco Gauff soaked it all in. A father's tribute. In his tribute, Coco Gauff didn't just speak as a proud father. He spoke as a witness. He recalled nights spent watching Serena and Venus Williams dominate courts across the globe. Their beads flying, their intensity unshaken, their confidence unapologetic. "We saw ourselves in them," he said. "They looked like us. They were us, but they were doing the extraordinary, and that gave us permission to believe the extraordinary could be possible." Corey didn't come from tennis royalty. He and his wife, Candy, were athletic and determined, but tennis wasn't a household sport in their community. Yet when Serena lifted trophy after trophy, when she stood unflinchingly against criticism, when she rewrote history, something shifted in the minds of parents like Corey. When you're raising a child, especially a black child in America, he said, you want them to dream, but you're scared too. You wonder if they'll be allowed to. Serena made us brave enough to dream big. The first racket, the first swing. Coco Gauff was barely able to hold a racket when her parents introduced her to tennis. From the start, she wasn't just mimicking strokes, she was channeling energy. She walked onto the court like she belonged there. Corey remembered, and she'd seen Serena do it. That's what she thought tennis looked like. Strong, loud, proud. Serena's career was in full bloom when Coco was learning to serve. But to Coco, Serena wasn't just a player on TV, she was a blueprint. She saw that strength could be feminine, Corey said. That winning didn't mean fitting in. That being yourself was part of the fight. Every serve Coco hit came from hours spent studying Serena. Every victory cry echoed with the spirit of a champion who had broken through barriers few dared challenge. For a little girl growing up in a sport still struggling with diversity, Serena was more than a hero. She was a lighthouse. Wimbledon 2019. The Dream Awakens. Coco Gauff's meteoric rise came in 2019 when, at just 15, she qualified for the main draw at Wimbledon and faced off against Venus Williams in the first round. The story was already poetry. A young girl raised on dreams of the Williams sisters, now stepping onto the same grass that conquered. And she didn't just play, she won. I watched Coco beat Venus with tears in my eyes. Corey said, not because she won, but because the cycle had completed. Venus and Serena inspired a generation, and now that generation was ready to rise. After the match, Coco told reporters, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Venus and Serena. They're the reason I picked up a racket. It was a rare moment when the torch didn't just pass. It leaped, sparked, and lit new fires in stadiums and living rooms across the world. Serena's impact beyond the baseline. The influence of Serena Williams on Coco Gauff isn't limited to gameplay. It's in the way Coco speaks her mind, in her activism, in her self-assurance. Serena taught the world that being a black woman in tennis, or in any field, meant you might be scrutinized differently. But it didn't mean you had to shrink. She taught us how to walk into rooms that weren't made for us and claim our place, Corey said. That's why Coco uses her voice, because she saw Serena use hers. Whether it was protesting racial injustice or advocating for mental health, Coco has taken her cues from Serena's unwavering commitment to speak up. In doing so, she has already begun crafting her own legacy, one that honors the trail Serena blazed while pushing the conversation even further. Greatness that inspires more than wins. Serena Williams' 23 Grand Slam titles are etched in history, but perhaps her greatest legacy is the generations of girls she inspired to believe in their own greatness. Girls like Coco, who saw more than a champion. They saw permission. Coco Gauff's tribute is a father's gratitude. Yes, but it's also a recognition of lineage. Serena gave us a roadmap. Without her, I don't know if I could have believed enough to guide Coco. She made it feel possible. That's what greatness does. It doesn't just set records. It sets examples. The echo that becomes a voice. Today, Coco Gauff is not just following in Serena's footsteps. She's dancing in them, sprinting in them, and carving her own. And somewhere, Serena is watching, knowing that her impact is not over. It is multiplying. There is a powerful beauty in the passing of a torch. It doesn't extinguish the flame of the original fire. It spreads it. Serena Williams lit a fire that burned through barriers. Now Coco carries it forward, not just as a competitor, but as a reflection of everything Serena stood for. As Corey said in closing his tribute, Serena, you didn't just inspire my daughter. You gave me the courage to believe in her. For that, we are forever grateful. And in Coco Gauff's swing, in her stare across the net, in her rise to the top, we see the enduring glow of Serena Williams' brilliance, still shining, still guiding, still sparking dreams.